Hey, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
All of us are trying to stay warm tonight. So,
Yes.
Yeah, my son just brought me a hot bowl of soup.
all right. That's
nice.
wonderful.
Yeah, this is the last. I mean, not too bad today. We had a high of 39 degrees or 4 Celsius. Tomorrow, though, it's going to be minus 11 degrees Celsius. I don't even know what that is in Fahrenheit.
Well,
but-
Sharon, I'm pretty close to you now. I'm up in Anacortes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're getting
it's
cold
getting
fronts as well?
cold. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
It's 41 here, but
Right.
it's
So
the
the same.
wind.
So you
Yeah, and I'm on
basically
the
have
water.
the same weather as we do today,
Yeah.
but tomorrow's supposed to be really cold.
Yeah, that's right.
We're
That's
supposed
right.
to be in the mid 70s tomorrow, Fahrenheit.
I was telling the girls with the
then
windshield
Monday we're
factor
supposed to
here in
have snow.
Calgary right now, it is it feels like minus 35 Celsius, which is minus 31 Fahrenheit.
Yeah,
Ah.
basically it gets pretty close when it's that cold.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, welcome to the Sisters of the Mystical Tarot. Once
Yes.
again, one of our sisters, Valerie, is still having a great time in Cancun,
Yes,
and
she's
we wish
not
her well. So she's keeping warm for all of us,
I'm
and
still
she will
not.
be back
I'm
next week.
still not forgiving her for not letting
It's all
me
right. She
fall
says,
into her
"Oh,
suitcase.
I get it. I get it." Anyway, yeah, we've got some fun things I hope to talk about tonight. And no, we're not taking questions, Wayne. That would be Friday night, 7 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Mountain Time. So what is that? 10 o'clock Eastern time?
Eastern, yeah.
Yeah, that would be the story cards. So if you have political questions,
Or you can come in at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern Friday night for polyterology over on
there
the
you go.
forum.
There you go.
And we
Yeah.
do nothing
I'd
but
love to
politics.
join
do nothing but that.
polyterology. What a great crew.
I'll put a bug in Colleen's ear and let her know we got somebody wanting to
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
fill in the slot.
And
So,
yeah, because we only give snarky readings, and I think they're more professional on that.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, and I'd love to do snarky readings too. You know me.
Oh, I do. I do.
we live for the snark.
Oh,
I can
it's
be
12
famous
p.m. in London, Garnet says. All right. Well, welcome. I'm
Okay.
glad you're
I'm just
here.
gonna put a log on the fire. I'll be right back.
There you go, Sharon. All right, let's say hi to Amanda Carroll. Christine
Amanda.
Pryor is here. And Willow Love is here. It's good to see you.
Willow.
And we've got Cheri Trancing with Spirit. Fabulous,
Cheri.
fabulous reader.
We got to get
Nice.
together so it'll
Yeah,
be the 2 Cheris
really
together
good.
on the show.
She's really good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, so you sat outside today, Willow. There you go. I saw somebody smoking outside in the rain here, and I thought it was cold. It's like I don't know. Anyway, I guess you have to do
Well,
that.
it got up until like
Most
the
place-
low
only place you
60s
can do it,
today
right,
at
Cheri?
lunchtime, so
Yeah.
I went and sat outside under the trees for lunch.
Whoops.
So that was nice.
Here's there's Janet P.
Janet?
Nice to see you, Janet P.
Janet?
And Wayne's here, as I mentioned, and Suzanne can't be far off. So there you go. We have Joyful Journey. And
Oh, Michelle is here.
what's here? Michelle is here.
Hi,
Book
Michelle.
Bewitched. And
Hi,
yes, I'm
Book.
glad to see
Hi,
everybody.
Martha. Martha B.
Myra D. Nancy Vasquez, Jess Ree, Jenny Staunch. And we
Wow.
said Garnet, and we Sylvia's here.
Oh,
And we have
hello.
from Facebook, we have Susan Lee. And
Nice.
we have Kay from Kay's Travels and Louise Fote. Barbara Nesper's here. Wow, it's great to see
Nice.
everybody. Margot and Rossi. And hi, how are you, Juanita? We got Karen Adams, Kelly Keith. Wow, we got a lot of people. We got 45 people here. Rose Blue.
Wow, nice.
Awesome.
I know. It's awesome. Leah's here. Yeah. Hi, Leah.
You got
Carolyn
a
and
Facebook
Peter Booker
here,
are
too.
here. The Bookers. Bookers, bookends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Carolyn.
Yeah. And who else is here? Okay. I think I got most of you. If I missed anybody. Martha Bean. Oh, Eastern
Granite
Washington,
Control
40 to
Center.
60 mile an hour winds. Oh, you can have it, honey. I'm so sorry. Stay warm. Stay warm. Hi, Ziggy.
And I
Yeah.
think we are simulcasting to all channels.
All channels today.
Yeah.
Yep. Ooh, I love this name. Moon Scarab. Beautiful.
Oh,
Cool name.
Very nice. Welcome.
nice.
We have Michelle. I know some people change their names, but some people don't. And so I'm always thinking that they might be new. So hello, Mary.
Mary.
Hello, Charlie.
Yes.
And
What gets me is when they change their name and they're already a mod on my channel. And then I see a new name pop in and they're blue. And I'm like, who the
uh-huh.
hell is that? And how
Who
did
is
you
that?
get to be a
Yeah,
mod?
I don't remember them. Yeah, there you go. There's
Hello,
Teresa. All right. Did I get all right? And all right. So let me post what we're talking about today. Hi, Christine Brooks. And Christine, I am not at home right now, but when I get home, I'll let you know what I find. Okay, just so you know. All right. So I asked the ladies today, how can we read cards as journal prompts in the new year? What do the cards want you to know? We ask this question and we allow our intuition to flow through us by examining what it calls to. Because, you know, even if you're using just tarot cards, sometimes, you know, you're attracted to one thing, but maybe your intuition is looking like it, the color of it, or the bird that's on the lady's head, or whatever it is. So you can look at cards and they can have different meanings for you. So it could be image, it could be small details. And then I thought we'd talk about the different spreads we like. Do we like a 3-card spread for this? Just 1 card a day? That kind of thing. So, so that's what we're going to talk about today. And I'm going to encourage journaling because I love it that people can find a way to start their day off doing something in a ritual format. And it's good for them as well. So I'm going to let Sharon start because she's already started doing
Bought
this.
me a brand new empty blank
Oh,
journal.
there you go, Cheri. That's beautiful. Yeah.
And
Beautiful.
it's nice. It comes where you can put the date and your own
Mm-hmm.
page numbers on it. And
Mm-hmm.
it's
That's awesome.
spiral. I'm sorry, I'm cutting into Sharon's time.
No, as I'll do a plug for this. I can't afford, you know, I'd love to have one of those, what do they call it? Remarkable 2 tablets where you can do it. You're writing digital.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to have one, but I don't have that kind of, you know,
Who
chunk change
does?
around.
Yeah.
But I found a cheaper solution, and this is have you heard of Rocketbook?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
there's different things. You can get single pages.
God, you
if
can just
want.
you can get any kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got all sorts of books,
Mhm.
small books, little flip notebooks, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
what's neat about it, like here's my journal for today, and you take a picture of it with the Rocketbook app, and what it does is it'll send it to whatever email. Like I will send it to my, you know, sharon.m.lee1954@gmail.com/journal.
Oh, there
So
you go.
it's right there. But you can put,
Okay.
it picks up the title automatically, and I've got a tag on there on the bottom here saying draw 3 cards, and
Nice.
I'll just quickly show you.
So you
My-
decided to do the 3-card model. Is what
Yes,
you
I
wanted.
did.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's just say one more thing about this. So
Mhm.
on there, I have it. I can pick it up on my phone
There you go.
or on my computer. Anyways, just a thought. If you know you want to write, but you want a digital record of it. Okay, so I did a 3-card spread. I wish I could find the card. Just hold on. My cards might still be lying out at my table. Just hold on.
Okay.
But a second.
All righty,
Oh
Sharon.
my God.
But you know that is a good idea because you've got it. I wonder if you're able to go in and see if you can put it on a computer program where you can tell what card showed up the most in a month or something.
Right. That would be interesting.
That might be an interesting thing to see as well. Yeah.
So
Go
this
ahead.
is what I got. I got the Hangman, and I got the 3 of Cups, and I got the Star. So my New Year's resolution this year is stop thinking about it. Just do it. Like, get going. You know, I'm giving myself a kick in the pants, right?
A nudge.
Because
Yeah.
I overthink things. So,
Mhm.
and this really has the same message, like, stop hanging around, stop stalling,
Mhm.
get out there.
Yeah.
So it was stop stalling. And it's about writing some articles and stuff like that, spiritual stuff, and doing. There's ideas I have for my
Yeah.
I can put on my channel, that kind of thing, my spiritual work. And so it's saying, like, celebrate yourself. People will celebrate your work, and you think they won't.
Yeah, we kind of think sometimes that, oh, is that really a good idea? I don't
Yeah,
know.
or we're gonna put all this work in and
Yeah,
nobody
yeah.
will see it
Uh-huh.
or appreciate it, like, that kind of stuff. And then you're like, come on, you're the star. You've got all the tools you need. Like,
Sure.
just freaking do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's I just got the alert from Weather Canada, um, the Arctic chill coming.
You
Oh,
think?
nice.
Marina's headed for weeks.
Arctic
Yes.
chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blowing
Yeah.
it your
Supposed
way.
to hit us
I'll
around
read what I
Monday.
put here. And then I wrote a journal from those cards and what my thoughts
Okay.
were. And so I
So
said,
you responded to them like you were talking back to them in some ways.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's a journal prompt. So I just, those
sure.
were the thoughts I had. So I put down, this spread reminds me that I must not delay or get hung up. That's the hangman on what ifs.
Mhm.
Like, what if I'm
Yeah.
not up to this project or
Mhm.
task? What if no one cares about my work? What if I'm not good enough? Stop thinking about it and take the first step.
Uh-huh.
And then the
Yep.
Three of Cups. It's time to celebrate you. People will celebrate you and your work, but
Uh-huh.
nothing will happen if you don't get out there working with people. And then the Star. You and your gifts are unique. Just do it.
Yeah. There you
So
go.
that's my
That's awesome, Sharon. So in your,
yeah.
you were pretty open to the message, but maybe you wake up in the morning and you're
Mm,
kind of feeling down or,
right.
would you do like if you had a different spread, or are
Yeah.
you just going to have just open message? Open message. Have you thought about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Open. I'm gonna pull let's pull one card right now.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about okay. 4 cups.
Ah,
I
so
was just
something.
thinking, like, after the holidays and everything, and it's
Uh-huh.
been raining, and
Yeah.
I've been feeling kind of meh. Like, I haven't
Yeah.
been doing much, but I've kind of cocooned myself up here. I have been doing little projects every day, cleaning projects, the ones even with a toothbrush, that kind of
Yep.
stuff.
Yep. I get it.
And
Yeah.
yeah, but I have been feeling really meh, and so
It hasn't been the best beginning of a year, I can tell you that right now.
yeah,
Yes.
right. Yeah, right, with your cable being stolen and all that kind of stuff. But, I
Yeah.
really have nothing to complain about.
Uh-huh.
I'm not looking, so meh. It's my fault that I'm feeling that way because I'm not seeing
Sure.
that wonderful cup
Right.
that's being handed to me by spirit.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Yep.
so I could
And
just
it's
pull
full.
one card.
It's full for you. There you
Yeah,
go.
exactly. And
Wayne.
I'm not looking for it. You're looking at the
Oh,
wrong
good.
thing.
Good. Wayne says, I like the idea of journaling, but I do too much writing. It's physically painful. I would say, Wayne, you could do
Voice to text.
audio. You could do audio. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you have one of those audio programs, it will type it for you. I know that sometimes it really ruins whatever you say, but that might be enough. If you're wanting to do that, the
Mhm.
only other thing you could do is you could pull if you know enough about the cards, where you have a working knowledge of them, you could just make a note of what cards you pulled that day. And then you could go back and see what shows up the most. And that might be a message right there. So, all right. So Cheri, thank you, Sharon.
You're welcome.
Well, I showed you all my new journal.
Well, yeah, it's
I
beautiful.
haven't written in it yet, but
That's okay.
and it's what the ninth. I did not pull a card, although I intended to, because if you saw what was behind the screen, you would understand why. We finally moved all the furniture this weekend, and so I
Yeah.
have piles
Looks
of
lovely.
stuff
Looks lovely, really.
behind
So
me,
it's
you know.
hiding a multitude of sins, as the
And
nuns
then
would
some,
say.
and then some.
Uh-huh.
It's frightening. Like, how the hell did I have so much stuff crammed in that little bitty space I've got? And how am I going to get it all back in there?
Yeah, I get it.
It's like, okay, we can do some major cleaning out. But at the same time, I had in the last month, I had received 2 new Oracle card decks, part of the Hay House
Yeah.
Oracle card deck club. And so every 3 months, you get a box with 2 new decks, and then they'll usually you'll get like a what they call a pocket deck of a reprint of one of their older. So I
Mhm.
have one that's the Light Seers, and they're little bitty cards like this big, and they come in a tin.
Yep.
And I got that one, and then this last box I got one of the Oracle cards, which I have, but now I've got them in the tin too, so that's kind of cool. But so I was working on the 2 new decks because when they come in, I like to sit down with a book and I'll read the introductory stuff first, and then I'll go through card by card by card and then
Mhm.
read in the book what it says about that card, so that by the time I get through the deck and I'm ready to use them, I don't have to stop and look it up most of the time. Something will click in my memory that, oh yeah, that card talked about this, or that card mentioned that. And it just kind of helps the reading go a little smoother. And I'm just going to pull one off the top here. This is from which deck? I just finished doing this deck,
Oh yeah, Divine
the
Masters. Yeah.
Divine Masters.
Mhm.
And the one I pulled was the Atlanteans. And it says evolution, vibration,
Hmm.
legacy, technology, progress, expect acceleration. Okay. So evidently I'm going to be accelerating.
Yeah. Well,
Hopefully I don't
it
wanna
is.
do,
You have accelerated for one thing. And you got a long way to still go.
and this is my new one I started working on this week.
Mhm.
And I
Excellent.
happened to catch them. They did a live like webinar last week.
Mhm.
So I
Good.
was able to catch the 2 authors who were
Excellent.
hilarious.
Well,
And it
that's
was like,
great.
oh my God, that makes me love this deck even more.
Sure.
And that one's based on the angels, guardian angels, archangels, and colors,
Yeah.
and how they reverberate in vibration off of different colors. And so I'm interested in that because when I look at stuff, I tend to look at the colors of things.
Uh-huh.
I've always been really drawn to very saturated colors, vibrant, bright colors, jewel tone colors.
Uh-huh.
I like my pastels, but on the whole, it's most of the decks that I really like are really saturated with color and real, just kind of bursting to the eyeball.
Yep.
And so I've got my journal now, and I just haven't sat down to actually start doing it yet.
Sure.
But I had done it back when I first got my very first Oracle deck, which I won from Aley. And
Yeah.
and I still have that deck. I still like to use it. And I'm really scratchy today. Sorry,
You
y'all.
are a little scratchy there,
Um,
girl. Yeah.
yeah, it's a sinus drainage nonstop for 2 days.
Sorry.
Jeez.
But so in a way, I didn't pull a particular card to focus on, but I've had my nose buried into 2 different Oracle decks
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
weekend when I took a break. I was working on those. So
Sure.
a lot of what I saw in them that was really speaking to me, even though I wasn't pulling them directly for me, was was going down into what it is you really want to do. Find
Mhm.
your passion
Mhm.
within what you're doing. And
Mhm.
so that's some of the new steps I'm taking this year,
Excellent.
is
Excellent.
some new shows that I'm kind of passionate about. Hopefully they resonate with everybody. And
Good.
I'm looking forward to those rolling out the next couple of weeks. And but mainly I enjoy reading through the guidebooks when I first get them, just to understand what the author meant for that deck.
Sure.
What was their vision?
Yep.
Because a lot of times after the fact, I get completely different messages.
Oh yeah,
from
yeah.
the card.
But you will find that you use one deck and then you decide to use another one for some reason. You
That's what
still get the
happens to
same
me.
kind of messages, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh
No,
yeah.
that happens to me where I'll be guided to use a certain deck, and it's because of the
Yeah.
imagery.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I don't really read the guidebooks.
I don't read them either, but everybody's different. And
Oh,
but I
well,
will say
yeah.
one thing: if you don't have, and this is because you said your partner does this, if you don't have a card deck, you can always do the automatic one where a
Mhm,
card comes
mhm,
to you every day.
mhm.
Oh yeah, there's
And
apps.
then they show you the meaning of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or several, more
So
than
it's
one meaning.
I don't want
Here's
people to
the
go, well, I
thing,
don't have any decks. Yeah.
there's a program on Chat GPT where you can go in and you can either physically pull the cards or you can have the cards done
Oh,
electronically.
cool. Okay.
And then it will give you a breakdown of each card, what they mean separately and what it means together.
Well, they won't need us soon.
And I'm like, okay, well,
Yeah.
that's kind of nice, but you kind of lose something in the translation, I think. Um,
I tell you, they're going to get rid of everything. Even brain surgery will be done by Chat GPT.
the work
I-
of computer science.
that
believe
too.
me, I
Yeah.
hear professors fussing about it all the time.
Oh yeah, I know.
You know, how
All
to keep the kids from cheating.
Oh, Teresa, you'll always need us. Thank you. We love you.
Oh, thank you, Teresa.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
All right, Marina, let's hear about what you decided that you're going to do.
Well, as I said before the show, I have been journaling for a very, very long time. And it's, I actually started way back in the day when I was first separated. And that was just to kind of keep track of, when my ex was in contact with my son and so on. And
Sure.
that's how it started. And then it
Mhm.
just kind of progressed. I generally tend to journal at night when the day is over. I can kind of do a review of the day.
Mhm.
I do like to, there are times when I will, even at the end of the day, pull cards just to see if the lesson that I think that I'm picking up on is the lesson that is showing up, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes it's a little different. Sometimes it gives me pause to think and say, well, okay, I hadn't considered this or that or whatnot. So I really enjoy the journaling part of it. And I think someone had mentioned about liking pens. Please, I have a pen for every job. Okay. And yeah, and it has to be that pen for that job. It can't be anything else. So I cannot walk into any kind of a store without checking out what the pens look like, just in case there's something there that I don't have. Right. And I also like to the journals that I have. I like them to be. I like them to look nice, to be, and I prefer the 14 by 11 and a half, the larger ones, because I'm a Libra. I love to write. I love to be able to, be very expressive in the things that I'm saying and so on. Now, when it comes to spreads, I tend to like a 5-card spread.
Okay.
And I really enjoy those. I like to see how they kind of the past with the present and the future, how they mesh together. And like Cheri said, I'm very drawn to the colors, to the things that are coming up in the card that maybe aren't obvious, right? Look for the things that are a little different, that are, why did this particular card come up? and yeah, so that's kind of my thing. But I love the process,
Mhm.
right? I
Mhm.
love the process
Mhm.
of doing it and whatnot. And when I'm doing the like that, the messages for the members, yeah, I have a book where I keep track of every week the cards that came out for that that week.
Mhm.
And then yeah, I can go back and see, I can double check and see how accurate what I
Mhm.
was saying was,
Mhm.
and the cards that came up. And then that sometimes that gives me an idea that, okay, well, this particular card keeps coming up with this meaning over and over and over again. So
Mhm.
maybe that's what it wants me to concentrate on, is that, this card means
Absolutely.
this in that deck. So,
It's the
but I,
same thing we get when we keep shuffling but pulling the same card in a spread while we're on
yes,
here. It's
yeah,
Or
like,
switch
well, this
decks
must be a
and pull the
message the
same
universe
card.
wants. Yeah. Yeah. So
yes,
yeah.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
hey, Miss Geraldine and
Yes, Miss
Ocean Garnet,
Charity.
yeah, dude,
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel you. I feel your
I,
pain.
I
Believe me.
have I have a horrible addiction to pens. Tom Rowe paper, which is real thin, but it flows. And I buy
Yeah.
stickers. I mean, I'm a crazy journaler, but this is more about tarot
Yes.
reading, but I have to have that part of it. So,
Yes.
yeah, I love all these ideas, ladies. So in the 5 card spread, Marina, I just want to ask you, what areas does that cover? If you know what I mean.
Generally, I will look at the most important card for me in the 5 card spread is the middle card. That's the
Okay.
one to kind of concentrate on what's happening now. The 2 before it, I can see those as maybe being the past, and
Uh-huh.
the 2 after it as sort of, this is what to look
I
out
get
in
it.
the future.
Okay, you're just
So
giving it extra cards on either end instead
yes,
of a 3 card. Okay, I get it.
yeah,
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 that's
Now I
really
have a
cool.
couple of different 5 card spreads that have different
Mhm.
meanings for the 5 cards.
Yeah.
But the one I use generally just for like a quick general read, if if I'm doing a show, is what they call a horseshoe spread.
Mhm.
I don't know. I was just looking to see if I have my little cheat sheet. There it is. Um, where it's the middle card is the obstacle card. And
Mhm.
the 2 before it is where the person is now, what their next step is. Then the middle card is their obstacle card. And then the next card is their strengths and their resources, with the last card being their potential outcome. And
Mhm.
then there's a couple of other variations that I have found that I'm still playing around with because I'm so new to a lot of this,
Sure.
as opposed to those who've been doing it for a long time. So
Mhm.
I'm still learning what kind of feels right. And I know
Sure.
I can start with one deck with one spread on someone, and halfway through it, I'm hearing wrong cards, wrong spread. Start
Yep.
over.
I get it.
And I have to turn around and get another deck of cards and then do either just a 3 card or just 2 cards, just depending.
Yeah.
Um, but it's all a learning process, I
I
think.
also like pulling one card from 3 different decks sometimes. I like doing
mhm,
Yeah.
that. Um, and and that's the only time I really pull for myself if I'm journaling. I don't pull to ask questions for myself
Yeah, I
usually
don't
because
either.
I believe I'm too prejudiced about what I want to happen.
yeah,
So for me, this is the best way for me to get to know what's going on interiorly because I'm really asking the universe to present it to me. That's kind of
Mhm.
how I.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
that's how I do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
yep,
Wow.
absolutely.
So
We have
yes.
a good number of people who, yeah, somebody loves fountain pen,
Uh-huh.
good writing paper. You
Yeah.
know,
That's wonderful.
I
I'm
was
it
very
is.
fussy
That's
about my
kind of
yesterday,
pen.
like,
just yesterday, I opened up this drawer where I keep, stationery supplies. I've got a series of drawers, and I went, holy smokes, I have a lot of pens.
Yeah.
I don't think
I
I ever need to, if I stop buying, I don't think I would
Uh-huh.
ever have to buy another pen for the rest of my life.
Well, I got too many, and also I got the refills, and then I don't know what one fits in what. So I get
Right,
it. I
right.
get it.
Yep.
Yeah. But
I like
we
I
don't
like the
we don't write
ceremony
it down.
around it though, with gathering the paper, gathering
Yeah.
the right pen. There is a ceremony that
There is a
goes to it.
ceremony. You're
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
and it's part of it. It brings in, well, for me anyway, it brings in the enjoyment. That what yeah.
Yeah.
And God
Yeah.
forbid I'm in the mood to journal and I can't find the right colored pen that I've been using in that particular book.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like
Yeah.
I don't. It's like part of me is like, no, you can't change colors. You have to stay with the purple ink or the
But
blue
there are,
ink or the
have you
black
ever
ink.
bought a notebook that's so beautiful you didn't want to start to write in it because you thought you'd
Yeah.
screw it up? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, it is ritual book. Thank you. There's a couple of people I follow on Instagram that all they do is they have a candle and they have it all set up beautifully and they're writing. That's all they're doing. And it's like it's very ritualistic and it's so beautiful. It's just, it's the woman presents really beautifully and her writing isn't that great. It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's her writing, but sometimes people, they want to more flow or they want to have beautiful penmanship.
That
So,
makes me think you brought a memory back saying that, Aley. When I was in high school,
uh-huh.
there was a guy that it was in my English class who had probably the worst handwriting in the entire school. And the teacher was constantly fussing at him. I can't read what you turn in. I can't read your writing. You're going to have to go rewrite it or go type it. Back when we had the old front check manual
Yes.
typewriters. But what she didn't realize was that he also did calligraphy.
Mm.
And so he went home one weekend and took his paper that she gave him back with an F and said, redo it so I can read it and you'll probably get a better grade. And he went home and he redid the entire thing. It was like a 10-page essay. And he did it all in calligraphy with all the
Wow.
stuff around the
wow.
edges and all the.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was stunning. And then
It's a lost art. It's a
he
lost
brought
art.
it to her and she actually put it up on the board, like put all the pages up for everybody to look at. Was
Yeah.
like, now that's what you call handwriting. And when you take pride.
Well,
in
and
your
they
work.
don't even teach cursive writing in a lot of schools
No.
anymore.
No.
And it's so sad.
Nobody
Yeah.
writes cursive
They
anymore.
dropped it from our syllabus too.
Yeah.
And I
Stupid.
still taught it. I thought,
Yep.
I'm
I think it's
fucking gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
went to
don't
make
like
for
the
cursive and print because I've used both. I had jobs where I could only block print. And I had
Yeah.
jobs where it didn't matter how you wrote it out. And
Yeah.
so over the years, it's just kind of developed. It's kind of a mishmash of the two. I don't know if anybody else would be able to read it if they picked up my book, but
It doesn't matter. It's your book.
yeah,
It's for your book.
exactly. Yeah.
So a couple of things. Thank you to all the people that have come in late.
Mhm.
And thank you for your comments about what's going on in your life. That's beautiful. We love that. We love hearing what you have to say.
Mhm.
There are some people that are putting questions in here, and this is not a question show, so to speak. You would have to post the questions on one of our community boards that will be read. So today we have 3 questions that we'll be reading on. But otherwise, this is just a sort of a sharing with the sisters here. On this show, just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
And
I like the different format.
Marjorie asked me, did he get a better grade?
Yeah.
He went from an F to an A+. So yeah, he got a better grade.
Yeah.
Now, Wayne.
I saw that comment.
Leave it to Wayne. Leave
You
it
know,
to Wayne.
the cursive, it just flows so nicely. I mean,
It
I
does.
do pretty well all cursive in my journal. I mean, I do have when I'm taking notes quickly, I do have kind of as Cheri said, a kind of a mixed printing.
Shorthand. Yeah.
Yeah, and shorthand, right. But I still do. I find it really flows nicely. It's,
Nice.
whereas I
But you
think
have to
printing
have
is
the right
really
kind of paper and the right kind of pen in order for the cursive to flow, or at least for me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it just doesn't. It's like
Yeah, I
the pen
find,
doesn't
for
want to
journals and stuff like or letters, I find that the cursive is much much more flow to it.
There's nothing more satisfying than finishing a journal. And I probably have a journal a month, and I've been doing it forever. So I probably have 300 or 400 journals. And actually, I'd be happy to have a big bonfire at some point, because nobody else is going to want to care about it. But
Go to the Burning Man.
Back in 1981, my husband went to Nepal with a local college group. You know, the course was anthropology, geography, and I forget what the other one was, maybe history, all rolled into one. They had 3 different professors go with them, and he kept a journal of everything they did, and it's really fascinating to go back, because he took all these slides when we had, back in the day when he had slides, but he even puts down what the weather was like, that kind of thing.
My dad did that for 35 years.
Yeah, and his thoughts, like maybe he wasn't feeling great that day, or he was a little bit down, or or missing me, or whatever. But he put all that in there, plus what they did that day, and it was a fabulous journal. I mean, he did. It was more than one journal. I think he filled about 5.
Which reminds me, I don't know if you watched Jimmy Carter's wife's funeral or heard about it, but he had written her a letter when he was a young man, and they read that. And that's another thing that there's not enough of, are letters. But, but it is a wonderful thing to have that in order to see
all the history we gleaned today.
I know.
From the past, from reading people long dead, from reading their letters to one another, or their journals where they wrote their private thoughts, and it just it kind of opens up that era in a way.
You get to know them a little better. Absolutely.
I came up with something a couple of years ago when we moved into the new apartments here. I was going through a box of my mother's stuff, and so there was a lot of things I saw with her handwriting, and she had just beautiful handwriting. And I was kind of just flipping through the papers, making sure there was nothing of any importance that I needed to keep. And I came across a card, and when I opened it up, it was my grandmother's handwriting in it.
That's always beautiful to see.
And it was like, oh, that's my grandmother's handwriting. I mean,
when I look at my dad's, it warms my heart. You're right.
And I mean, I immediately took the card and put it aside to keep it, because it was like, I can't get rid of that.
It's hard not to talk about journaling, because that was the suggestion with the cards. But just so everybody knows, you don't need a fancy journal. You don't need. You can just go and get one of those small little,
$2
you go to the dollar store. You don't need anything expensive.
Steno pad,
but find your pen you like, and just have at it and have some fun with it. So thanks everybody for we got a couple of questions, and so I'm going to go ahead and move on. This is from Artist, and there's a number. So I had 2 oral surgeries since July 18th. After the first one didn't heal, they went back in to see if there was any floating bits of bones, and they did some debris. Wait a minute. It didn't help. It's getting worse. My oral surgeon, he's never seen anything like it in his 30-year career. No one seems to know what to do. Do you see if it will heal? My mouth's on fire. She's sick and depressed over it, and she's tired of suffering. First of all, I am so sorry, Artist, that you're dealing with this. We don't usually do questions like this, but I wonder if we can look at maybe the metaphysical reason why this has come up for her.
Yes.
Ladies, I don't know.
Maybe there's an Akashic reason.
Yeah, it might be something from a past life. It could be, so we'll see what we can find out. I don't know what to tell you, but if I was you, I would check with another oral surgeon. I really would. I'd get a second opinion, but that's me. So,
Check with you.
Horrible. Yeah.
I mean, I know when I got hurt, when I was in the accident and got hurt, about half of my teeth got knocked out.
Oh boy.
And I now have full dentures. I mean, they come out every night and they go soak in a jar.
Yeah.
But when I went to get the last of what teeth I had left pulled out for the dentures, it was months before I could even have any pressure in my mouth at all when I had the dentures in. Because trying to get, because bone fragments kept coming out,
Oh,
through the gums.
That's awful.
And
yeah, I had
it's very painful. Very painful.
yeah, I had 1 year 4 times bacterial pneumonia. The problem was it never really went away. The antibiotics knocked it back, and they kept trying different ones.
Yeah.
But one of the things that happened was a casualty was my upper teeth. And yeah, they took them out, but then I had this other, a bacterial infection.
Sure.
And they couldn't make the dentures until that cleared up.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So I get here closure. Boy, is that there's nothing better than that. You want your closure. And the only way you're going to get your closure, I think, is to look elsewhere and see if somebody else might be able to give you another alternative. That's just my opinion. So Marina, what about you?
I got details.
Oh, look at that.
So yeah, there's something that was that somebody thought was really not that important when actually it is. And I think part of the reason that it is coming up and not healing is that you have been silenced in the past where you were not able to vocalize what it is that you needed.
That's so right away.
Yeah, it's that the pain of having to be silent when you know you need to be heard. So that's what I'm getting, and yeah, it's in the details. Yeah.
Cheri,
I pulled from my angel tarot,
okay.
and I pulled the 6 of air, and it talks on here about things are looking up and the end of a difficult situation is coming. So that's telling me that whatever the issue is, they're going to figure out what it is, what's causing it, so that they can fix it. Now, does that mean tomorrow? No, but it's a 6. And so I'm thinking that could be 6 weeks, 6 months, before they figure it out. I even pulled a couple of clarifiers, which just talk about things looking better, things coming to life. So they just seem to clarify this, that it's going to get better. Just give it a little more time. And I strongly encourage you to take Aley's advice or suggestion and see another doctor. Get another opinion.
You really do need to.
Yeah.
Willow Love did talk about some essential oils, but we have to say that this is entertainment purposes only. So we don't offer, any remedies.
Not doctors.
We're not doctors. Yeah. All right, Sharon, what'd you get, honey?
Oh, you're muted.
I was hit right away with it's to do with speaking her truth. That hit me right away.
Yeah.
So
and
what were the cards that I pulled the Fool. What do I do with this? Yeah, I pulled the Fool. I think, she needs to get a new opinion.
Yeah.
Find a new path on this.
And, some people don't mean to do things. There's something, it isn't like this person intentionally told her this. Yeah.
Well, maybe just another approach or new fresh eyes, that kind of thing. And don't delay.
Don't delay.
Because someone's really going to take this and really study it and come up with the solution.
Okay.
So that's what I've got.
We sure wish you well, artist, and I hope
Absolutely.
that you can get a solution and find some closure, as as I said. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you, dear.
absolutely.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
All right. So we have Veronica, who I'm not going to answer this because I just read on this for her the other day. So I'm going to let you ladies do it. But she's struggling financially because her husband, is in sales, and you know how that goes. So she's
Yeah,
wondering
absolutely.
if you can give her any
Yeah.
ideas. Yeah.
Okay, I think for me as well, I think that this is something that I read on last week. So, there isn't a whole lot that has
Okay.
changed between now and then. So
Mhm.
I will go ahead and pass on that. But you're
Yeah. No offense,
and
Veronica.
you know what? No, and as I say that, I'm kind of what I'm hearing is you're not looking at all the options. You need to rescue yourself. You're waiting for someone else to rescue you, and that's not what it is. You need
Yeah.
to rescue yourself. Okay, that's yeah.
Well, I pull the High Priestess, which is Archangel Haniel. And it says here, listen to your intuition. That feeds right into what Marina just said. It says, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. So in other words,
Hi, Aley.
what they're saying to me is to step back, take stock of what's going on,
Mhm.
what you need to do to kind of pare down and go in the direction that Spirit's trying to lead you. Because you could be having difficulties right now because you're not going in the direction that they want you to go in. You're a little off the path. So bring it back in and
I'm not sure what she means by I can't work outside the business he has. Oh, I thought we froze.
no. I can't work outside the business.
I can't work
Oh.
outside the business he has.
Oh, he can't probably have a second job. Is that what she's saying? Yeah.
Well, she
You know,
says,
there are some places that do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
but yeah, that. Sorry, never mind. Sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead.
Is it my turn? I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Well, as I was shuffling, I saw the card, the Magician.
Mhm.
So, both of you have the tools to manifest a better outcome. And if you're getting too wrapped up in worry and in your head, and you've got to let go of that. And I drew some cards from the deck I made myself, and the card, the energy of the reading is self-sabotage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with the negative thoughts and that sort of thing, you've got to be
Okay,
positive.
this is a good time to bring that up then. So if we concentrate on lack,
Exactly.
that's what we bring. Yeah.
That exactly.
Okay.
That's
So
why we
Veronica, you may have to let this all give it over to the universe.
exactly. And that's what I
Yeah.
felt when I saw the Magician, and then I forget what the next card was that popped up in my head was letting go and same thing. And the first card was the Fool. You've got to trust. One of the meanings of the Fool is trusting the universe.
Yeah.
What's going on is not what it seems. Like you don't think it's more about talking about yourself and how your outlook in life. You can, you're all up in your head with worry.
Yeah. Well, no, her husband is.
Well, no, but
Not
she is
Veronica,
too.
yeah.
I'm feeling she is
Okay.
too. We
Okay.
are both. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, of course he is too. I get that as well. Don't rush in, think it through. But think it through logically, not this with this angst, and you've got to have some patience. So
Can we stick to, sorry, ladies, can we stick to one card, please? Because I want to make sure that we have a chance to get to all
anyways, I'm done.
all the questions. Okay. Yeah. And then we can discuss what book just put up.
It could have been
School District in Florida banned the dictionary.
Yeah, it could have been that.
Yeah. It's very important that a school district in Florida just banned the dictionary. Yeah. Because they can.
Why not?
Yeah, because
why not? Can. Okay.
I don't know. Every time my husband said, you need to bring this up every day, honey. It's the GOP comedy hour.
It's the Gong Show.
It's one thing every day. It's something new every day. It really is.
Yeah, totally.
Unfortunately, they're full of killer clowns. They're not full of the jokey ones.
All right. We got one more here that I'd like to give some time to, and that is our dear Janet. And Janet, honey, I am sorry to hear that your mom passed away. I did not know that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It was a while ago, but still. My sister finished clearing the property and sold it this past week. My grandfather had purchased it as his dream farm, and it's been in the family for a very long time and has lots of memories associated with it. I'm planning on doing a goodbye ceremony and plant 2 crystals on the land. I love that. One to say thank you to the property for the mentions and wonderful, great time, the memories and great times, and one to wish the new owners health, happiness, and protection. Do my guides or sisters have any suggestions? I love the question, Janet, and what a beautiful idea.
Absolutely.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Oh, alrighty. I'm going to go to the Gemstone Guardians for this and see what comes up.
I'm going to make a suggestion for at least one, and that there is such a thing called a record keeper crystal, if you can get one. All crystals have the ability to hold information. And so it would be wonderful to think that the land could hold all of the memories and all of the things that happened on that land by assimilation. So there's one idea, but that's just a regular quartz crystal. So yeah,
perfect. And from the Gemstone Guardians, I get fluorite, which is simply live. So there you go. And you could, whichever one you decide to, whether it's for, thanking the property or for the new owner, yes, live simply. And the message is healing messages to overcome fear, navigate change, and choose the evolution of your personal power. So yeah, fluorite. Live simply.
It's very, very, you have to be careful with it though, because it's very, very fragile. So Janet, make sure you put it in deep, put it down deep into the dirt. Yeah. Yep.
Perfect.
Awesome. Sharon, any suggestions?
I don't know enough about crystals to make a suggestion, so I'm going to pass on that. But what a wonderful idea.
It is. She's taking notes.
Very much so.
All right. Well, I went with my Gemstone Guardians and pulled one because, like Sharon, I don't know enough about crystals to say anything just off the top of my head. But according to the card I pulled was Chalcedony. Is that how they say that?
Chalcedony. Yep.
And it says, life is for all who dare to live in the fullness of infinite possibilities. Collected origins. So that seems like a perfect stone to me to put in for the memories and to say thank you. And also to put in, you can even use it for the new people coming in, that they have collected memories and origins that will go with that land as well. I mean, you can do it either way.
Janet, you could get some chipped some chips, different stones in little chips, and plant them if you wanted to do more but didn't want to spend a lot of money. And you could find, what I would suggest is finding out what each one does, like Marina said, with and Cheri said, with Live Simply and whatever. You know what? I got to tell you this: whatever you plant will be what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yep. What is the purple stone that's so common and it's good for mediums?
Amethyst.
Amethyst.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's what popped into my head was amethyst. Okay. I thought, well, that's your favorite stone. I didn't know whether it was me or whether it was true thought, but I drew a card, and here's the High Priestess, and look at the purple around her.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There you
Amethyst.
go. I love this idea. You could ask them if you could plant a tree. And you know what you could do, Janet, is you could put the little chips of stones under the tree. And you know what I mean? And it would grow. Oh my God, that would be fabulous. I love that idea.
If you don't have a crystal store in town, you can go online to like Amazon, and you can buy a whole set of, little bitty jars about this big of crystals, and little bitty crystal chips of just a wide variety of different kinds of crystals, where you could sit and then put together your own little medicine bag of them.
That's true.
To plant,
Yep. That's the best thing. It's anytime you're doing ritual of any kind, or you're making choices like this, there's no wrong choice. There's no wrong way of doing a ritual. There's no wrong way of choosing. It's whatever you feel. But yeah, Wayne, I love that. I thought of that, a crystal tree. Yeah, it's like it would be, that energy would emanate out from the tree, and nobody would dig up over there and find these things and take them out. They'd be buried under a tree.
Exactly.
Oh, that's fabulous. Wow. Well, so yes, I saw that somebody was asking a question, but we don't take questions during the show. So if you want a question answered, make sure you post on one of our community pages on our homepage. And next week, every week we're here. So next week we can read for you, and we'd be happy to do so.
Absolutely.
Thank you to the 3 people that asked these questions this week. And thank you to Marina, and to Sharon, and to Cheri, and to all of you in the chat and in all the chats. It was quite productive today, I think. Now I got to go pull some cards for myself.
Yes. I have to go journal.
Absolutely. So who's in charge next week? It's you, Marina?
It's Cheri.
It's me.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Cheri, and then me.
All right. So Cheri is once again going to bring us some Cajun recipes, like she always does. And
I think it's something, because we're in Mardi Gras season now, so my brain's percolating with stuff.
There you go. There you go. We're going to have a good time.
Thank you, Leah. The Mardi Gras flags were raised yesterday, so it's now official.
All righty. Yeah. Fat Tuesday's on its way. That's right.
Baby. The day before Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
This year.
Hi, Rondell. I see you there. Thanks, Rondell. All right, ladies. We'll see you next week, everybody. Thank you for being here.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.